Hello, my name is Mariana, and today this is a reading for Cancer. So Cancer, as usual, I'm doing this reading with my own tarot deck, so the cards that you see are from this deck. So Cancer, your reading today feels pretty much connected with the Gemini reading that I did yesterday. And, at some point in the first part, it was talking about this calcification of the pineal gland. And so here it is. It's like we are talking about that, but we're also talking about how to break that from blocking your continuous evolution. It feels like you have already reached a level of mastery, self-mastery, I want to say. But the universe is giving you exactly what you need. And I'm trying to contain myself here because it's actually through humor. That's the tool that you have, and we're going to talk about that. But there is a reason why all of that is happening in terms of breaking a pattern, breaking some sort of vicious cycle in your mind that has prevented you from reaching a level of like this upgraded vision, this opening of your third eye, because we're beginning with the King of Pentacles. And the King of Pentacles, it's kind of like the upgrade that I was seeing from the Gemini reading, because I saw the message of the calcified pineal gland with the Knight of Pentacles, right? So Gemini was still wearing the helmet, so the helmet came together maybe as a consequence of the calcified pineal gland. But for you, it seems like you, Cancer, you are in a stage of your self-development that you have already reached this level of mastery, right? You are already in the position of the king. So you, in a sense, you have claimed already your kingdom, right? This is something that also came up in the Taurus reading, the extended reading for Taurus. So here you are, you have already claimed that kingdom. You are already in this, higher level of self-development, but still there's something in your mind, and that is just, it makes me want to laugh, to be honest, because it's almost like it's just one small pebble that is blocking you from this next level, from reaching this next stage on your development. And so it feels very minimal. It feels very small compared to, everything that you have already done to reach this level. You see what I mean? It's almost like you have already been through so much. You have already overcome so much. And it seems like there's still something that feels, in comparison to what you have been through, maybe to get to where you are right now, it feels very small. But the reason why I want to laugh is because the universe is giving you exactly what you need, right? So if yesterday this image was coming through as a nut, right? It's like this very hard shell that you need to crack open, right? It's like the calcified pineal gland. And then here with Judgment, right? It's like this couldn't be more visually obvious, right? If you think of how you open a nut or how you crack something that is hard to crack, right? It's like you just place it here on top of this this base, and then you smash it, right? And I feel like that's actually how you do it. It's like there are actually utensils or instruments, maybe that you use like in the kitchen to do that, right? So it's almost like it's accessible to you. It's not something that is too out there. It's very accessible to you. And just, all of this practical viewpoint, right, of things, it's almost like in order to break this pineal gland for like this vision to be freed, it's almost like you have the proper instrument to do so. Even though it's coming from the higher realms, it feels like it's something physical, just like a hammer, right? And I'm just laughing because oh my god. Okay, let me focus here. I'm sorry, it's just so funny. Okay, the image that I'm being given, it's something that I watched yesterday on YouTube. These plastic toys, right, in the shape of a hammer. I saw somebody just knocking their heads with that, And it's just funny because it's like it's that literal, right? So it's almost like you need to I'm sorry if this is so messed up, but it's really, really funny. So back to the message. You do have something that needs smashing or cracking to be opened, right? And you do have the tool. The universe is giving that. It's almost like it's funny, it's through humor, it's through something practical that it's, you know, it's very funny, but it's also very serious because it's a judgment. And what is releasing after that, which feels very, again, it feels very easy, it feels very quick, it feels very there isn't any bigger obstacle that is going to come between you smashing this calcified pineal gland, right? It feels very quick and very easy. And then here, the release of the truth, right? Which showed up yesterday. So the Ace of Swords was this truth that wanted to be wanted to break free, in a sense, wanted to be spoken, wanted to be communicated. And so you, Cancer, you're the one who knows how to do that for yourself. It's almost like you know how to really find truth. And it's interesting because it's not the truth, because yesterday in the Gemini reading, truth was piercing through that calcified pineal gland for yesterday's reading. But for you today, it's almost like you're doing it, it's almost like you're piercing through your own brain, right? So you're the one that is releasing this, you're the one that is liberating your own truth. And what this truth brings to you, it's this aha moment, this epiphany that feels almost like a lightning bolt, because it's almost like this very precise type of either word, right? Because it's also something that has been coming up. It's like the words are revealing itself in the way that they are either gaining new meanings, or it's like the combination of the letters. I don't remember exactly what reading that was coming through. It wasn't the extended. I think it was for Taurus. There was something about the word, right? And so this is also speaking this truthful word. And so it's almost like you're receiving either a word or kind of like a mantra or something like that. It's very short, it's very simple, it's nothing complicated. The same way that this is not complicated, the truth is also not complicated. So kind of like the process of releasing truth, it's also not complicated. It's meant to be easy, it's meant to be fun, right? It's meant to be light and just maybe funny even. So here, what it releases after you crack this nut open is this higher version of the Two of Cups. And that made me feel very emotional, because it's almost like here, there was like this mission, in a sense, right? This practical mission that you need the proper tool, and it feels funny, it feels like a game, but it also has like this serious tone, because you know that whatever is coming is very it's very revealing, right? It's very notorious is what I'm hearing. But then when I saw this Two of Cups, this higher version of the Two of Cups, right? Because this is how I consider the Temperance sometimes. And today it is coming through as the higher version of the Two of Cups. What I saw here is that the truth is meant to be shared. But it's almost like it's meant to be shared almost as in like at some point in the future, right? It's like it's almost like this is a guaranteed, maybe I'm just wondering whether or not I should say this. It's like, is it true? Is this a guaranteed thing? But I do feel like because truth is coming before that, then yes, this is true. This truth is meant to be shared, right? And then what I was reminded of is that also, you know, before this cracking this nut open image was showing up, there was this image about the ice cube. So breaking the ice, right? Breaking the ice in terms of maybe breaking the ice in in a relationship, right? Maybe if at some point in the future the truth reveals you a meeting that is going to be extremely significant in your life, it's almost like very quickly the ice is broken. There is no reason for both of you to feel strange from one another. It's almost like it's like this immediate connection, it's this immediate intimacy, right? The desire to share a glass of water or wine or a cup of tea, or whatever it is. It's like having this close meeting, right? It's like this very intimate moment. So because it's almost like the desire to share the truth that I want to say, Cancer, if they're so open, because I want to say that you're the one spilling the truth in a sense, right? And they're the ones, the other, however they show up in the future. It's almost like they are receptive to it. It's almost like they are thirsty for it, right? They want to hear the truth that you have received and somehow pertains them. It's like it touches them. It touches the both of you. It's meant to be shared between you. And then here, it's almost like the last row of cards, it's all what happens in between this moment of truth, this moment of I just saw 1111. Oh my God, Cancer. The signs are just so symbolic lately, and they're just so obvious, right? They're just so obvious. So you know that. It's like you know that. You already know how to see the signs coming, how to interpret them, and that's the reason why it's easy for you to perceive the truth. You see what I mean? That's the reason why this insight comes as like in a very simple manner, but also in a very clarifying way, right? Because it gives you perhaps like this clear vision of what's to come, right? This meeting. But so what happens between now and then, this is what is being shown here in this last bottom row, which is it's almost like, yes, there is a meeting, a significant meeting, but before that, it's because, okay, so maybe before showing this, the sequence of 3 cards, let me show you the bottom card, the bottom of the deck card, because the Four of Swords is talking about what happens in between now and then, right? It's so fascinating because it's almost like there is this time to rest before the meeting happens. There is this time to prepare, perhaps, because it's also, it's so fascinating how this is significant today as part of a reading, although it's separate, right? Because it's at the bottom of the deck. And so it's almost like it's like this atmospheric type of surrounding energy, right? And so the Four of Swords, it's almost like you're going to be surrounded by more truths. This is how I see it. It's like you're being revealed something, you're receiving a revelation, or you're releasing a revelation that is inside you, but you're incorporating that. It's almost like it becomes you, because we're ending with this Queen of Swords and we're going to get there. But it's like in between this first revelation and this time of this meeting, it's almost like there are more pieces of this truth that it's like it needs either like time to ground, because to me the number 4s, they bring grounding, right? It's like allow these truths to sink in. And so I feel like you are doing that. You're so receptive. It's amazing, Cancer. So the Three of Wands is coming next, but actually it was followed very, very quickly by the Empress. Actually, both of them, they fell together. It's just that this card was already facing up and this was facing down. And for some reason, even though this was the one that I saw first, it wanted to come after this Three of Wands. So the reason for that is because I do feel like there is this, it's like this time of receptivity, right? The Empress with the arms open, with the wings open. And it's so fascinating because as I was preparing for the reading and picking my my shirt, I was just thinking about how you're not seeing, but do you see this? It's like I'm not used to this. You see, it's funny. Your message today is funny, although it's very serious and very truthful. So it's almost like you're meant to fly, but you're not used to flying. So you're meant to receive, right? Be in this very exponential receptive mode, but it's almost like it comes, it's almost like it comes in pieces or in parcels, or because that's what the Three of Wands is saying. It's almost like you have been asking, you have been claiming it, you have been asking to be given, to be shown, to be manifested. But it's almost like here it's when things start moving, right? To me, the threes, they represent the number of co-creation. So the Three of Wands, right, it's like that ship that's coming on the horizon. It's like you are already receptive in a very great way, in a very grand way, right? With your arms fully open, ready to fly, right? It's like it's almost like you're on top of that hill or on top of the cliff, right? And you are seeing the horizon, you see what is about to come because you've been given, right? It's like this very reassuring, truthful vision of a meeting that is so significant, because it feels, at the same time that it feels very grand and very significant, it also feels so intimate that it doesn't have any sort of dividers, or it's like there is no distance, right? It's like the ice has been already broken. It's like this truth, which is, coming from this breaking of this pineal gland that was calcified. It's like that's the ice being broken even before you need to do so in person in the future, right? So it's like there is no fear that when this moment comes, whenever it comes, it's like you don't have to fear needing to do some small talk to interact with this person that you barely know to break the ice, right? There is no need for that, and you're not concerned about that because you're so receptive from this moment, from this very moment that you use this tool, this powerful tool, which already, it's almost like it already proves how responsible, how accountable you are for knowing, like very appropriately knowing how to use the tool, the powerful tool that the universe is giving to you, right? So it's almost like the power that this entails, the power that this gives you. It also gives you the power to receive even more blessings, right? But it's almost like you are in a mode of exponential receptivity, but you're willing to wait, right? With the Four of Swords, the rhythm that this co-creation is going to come to you, right? So it's almost like you can see this vision, you can see this meeting, you can see this ship on the horizon, but you're going to allow, right, with this openness, you're going to allow the ship to come to you. And it's interesting because at the same time that I'm saying that, it's almost like you're maybe something that goes through your mind, because we're ending with the Queen of Swords, right? Something that goes through your mind, and maybe this is something that you're debating, but not debating as in if it's right or wrong. It's almost like should you, it's not should, it's not that word. It's almost like let me finish this thought and then go back to what you're wondering, because it is what you're wondering. So the ship is coming, you have the wings to fly, you could very well fly from the cliff, but it's the first time that you would do so. So it's almost like you don't know how to use these wings, right? It's almost like they are too grand, they're too powerful. It's almost like you do have the responsibility to know how to use this tool, but this one, it's almost like this is the first flight, right? This is the first, it's like this is the first time that you are going to experiment with this. So you're considering whether or not it's, the appropriate moment, or if you should wait, because the ship is going to come anyways, right? The ship is already coming to you. It's almost like the waves are bringing the ship to you. The currents are bringing, the winds are bringing. Everything is facilitating this co-creation, facilitating this manifestation, facilitating this meeting. But here, it's like it's like you do have the option to fly to it, right? And it sounds so poetic saying that. It's like you do have the ability to fly to it. But it's almost like you're just wondering if this is also part of the vision that you were given, right? Because it's almost like here, it's almost like you need time, right? Or you could use this time to appropriately incorporate, embody the truth, become the truth, and not just be the communicator or the spokesperson, right? It's like, yes, you're going to be the one who brings the truth, who spills the truth, who shares the truth, but it's almost like you know that unless you become truth, it's not that something bad is going to happen. The meeting is going to happen anyways, right? The ship is coming to you anyways. It's going to come to shore, but you do have the opportunity, if you would like to take it, to fly to it, and you're just considering it. I feel like you're not taking any stance right now. You're not saying yes or no. You're not saying if it's right or wrong. You're not judging it, right? It's like, you know, the power that you have to choose whether or not you would like to take this flight or to just stay where you are, because the thing is coming, the meeting, the person, the relationship, the manifestation is coming. It's just that you know that if you embody this truth, where is it? If you embody the truth, it's almost like you're going to also release, it's like release the judgment that could infiltrate in how you use this tool, right? So it's almost like allow it to be light and fun, because this is how the universe helped you to use this powerful tool to crack this nut in your mind and to release this truth in the first place. So bring in the fun, while you're waiting and considering and just weighing your options, whether you should do this or not. It's almost like you don't have to do this or that, right? It's just like, be with truth, be truth, allow truth to be you, to be incorporated, right? And then it's almost like, then you will know. It's like you will know what to do, right? And when to do it, or just to stay or go. It's almost like it really doesn't matter. It's like, just make it fun. Allow this to be a fun process, a fun discovery, a fun waiting game, in a sense. Allow it to be a game, right? Even if it is a waiting game. So Cancer, I am going to pull more cards for you, as well as the astrological runes in the extended reading. So if you want to join me there, I'll be very happy to see you. You can find the link down below. If not, I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.